welcome back to Mind Over Emotions, the podcast. I'm your host, Herc. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Mind Over Emotions _VDP. Follow us on TikTok as well at Mind Over Emotions, the podcast. If you'd like to come on the podcast and share your story and be vulnerable to help somebody else, send me an email to mindoveremotions, at gmail.com. And if you haven't already understood the premise of my podcast, what I do is I allow people to come on here, share their story, be vulnerable, with hopes to inspire, motivate, and encourage somebody to keep going. And also, the other side of that is to share your story, because if you pass away, something happens to you, God forbid, your story's out there, and your family, friends, loved ones can always go back and say, hey, this is so-and-so, this is their story. So don't be shy. And like I always tell people, people always wonder if, go ahead and pick that up. Yeah, don't worry about that. Like I always tell people, I don't have any questions, at all. You see, questions. I just listen to your story actively, and I ask questions based off of what you talk about. So with that said, I hope that this story inspires you. If you like this story, you enjoy it, and it helps you, drop a heart in the comments. But today, I have one of my friends, my dog, Big Celeste. Celeste, go ahead and introduce yourself, name, age, where you're from, relationship status, if you got kids, all that good stuff.
Oh gosh. So I'm Celeste and I'm 18 years old. I don't know. I'm from Washington. I kind of grew up everywhere, so nowhere specific. And
Wait. What part of Washington?
like Tacoma, Puyallup,
Okay.
right there.
Where would you call home? What part of Washington?
Um, Probably Sumner.
Sumner? Okay. Yeah, I had Ava on here. She said she was from Sumner as well. You're friends with Ava, right?
Yes.
Before we get into your story, how do you and Ava meet?
We met in either second or third grade in elementary school, and we became friends, and then we became best friends, and we've known each other ever since.
Okay. So you guys are best friends to this day?
Mhm.
Did you watch her episode?
I did.
What'd you think of her episode?
I really liked her episode.
Okay. Did her episode inspire you to come on?
Yeah. And also, too, I knew that I knew everything that she had gone through. So just hearing her, be comfortable enough and confident enough to be able to tell other people her story, that really was, touching to me, because I know she probably never thought that she'd do that, and
Yeah.
she did.
Ava did a lot of things that she probably never thought she would do, like graduate high school. Nah, I'm just joking. Hey, for you guys who are watching, I could talk shit about Ava because Ava's here watching behind the cameras. Speaking of, real quick, I'm gonna tell Ava something. Do me a favor, go to that side for me. I don't edit anything out, man.
I know.
And I like my podcast to be how I am, just real, real authentic, man. I don't like edited stuff. I don't edit photos. I don't do all that kind of stuff, right? So, you grew up in Sumner, Washington. Did you come from a nuclear household? Do you know what that means? Did you come from a two-parent whole household where you had your mother and your father in the home with you?
No.
No?
I did not.
Did you grow up with your mom or your dad?
My mom.
Did you know your dad?
Yes.
Okay. So growing up, did you spend equal time with both?
Yeah, they didn't really have a parenting plan or anything, but it was, my mom, tried and was here,
Okay.
take her.
Do you and your dad have a relationship to this day?
It's very questionable.
What do you mean by that?
So, me and my dad have been very on and off ever since I was little, but it was just because he was selling drugs when I was younger, and I witnessed it, and I had told my mom one day about it, and she was like, okay, I can't have my daughter around that, so she didn't take me away, but she was like, you can't see your daughter anymore until you figure out what you're doing, because she can't be around this. And my dad got really upset with me, and then he got clean of selling
He got
drugs.
upset with you because he was selling drugs?
Because I told my mom.
Oh, okay. So you ratted him out.
Yeah. And so my mom was like, you have to get clean or else you can't see her. So he got clean and he stopped selling. He stopped doing it. And then my 13th birthday came around and we were all having dinner and stuff like that. Everything went well. And then just since now I've been a teenager, well, I'm an adult now, but when I was a teenager, which was not too long ago, he doesn't know how to parent me.
Okay.
Just because he didn't really parent me growing up. Because
So you guys have more like
him.
a friendship relationship versus like a father-daughter relationship.
Yeah, but also too, like, when he does want to parent me, like, he gets mad at me because I don't listen to him, because I don't think he has that right to boss me around like how my mom does.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Why do you feel like he doesn't have the right? He is your father.
Because he honestly really sometimes isn't a father to me. Like, he literally told me I think either a few weeks or a few days before I graduated high school, he was like, you're going to grow up to be a fat, ugly loser, and you're not my daughter anymore. And took my little brother and slammed the door and left.
All because you snitched on him when he was a kid, when you were younger.
Not exactly that. He kept telling me I wasn't going to graduate. And so I was like, as my dad, I was like, you're supposed to be encouraging me. And I said, and you have all these other people fooled that you care for me so much. And I said, and you may do. I said, but you do not show it at all. I said, you love both of your sons better than you love me. I said, you take care of them more than you've taken care of me. And he was like, well, you can always, like, ask me for stuff. And I said, but I feel like I can't because, like, you don't, whenever I do, you're like, I have to do this for you. I have to do this. I have to do this. Like,
More like a chore than versus, like, the love and, just the enjoyment of being your father.
Yeah. And so I was talking to him about that. And he was like, I just want you to grow up to be like your sister. And I was like, I'm not my sister. And he was like, I know that, but I want you to grow up to be like her. Like, she's got a good boyfriend. She's moving to Hawaii. And I was like, okay. I said, but I'm not my sister. Like, we didn't grow up the same. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. And he was like, well, then you're just going to grow up to be a fat, ugly loser and blah, blah, this and that. And I was like, okay. I said, you talk so much. I said, but he literally would say for years and years and years that he used to be a fat, ugly loser. So I just called him that. I said, you were the fat, ugly loser not too long ago. And he said, you know what? Why are you laughing?
You just threw it right back at him.
Yes, I did. And so I was like, I said, and I'm not telling you anything that you haven't said about yourself. I said, you've literally called yourself that. I said, so I'm just telling you that. And then he was like, you know what? F you. And I was like, F you too. And then he was like, I wish you weren't my kid. And I was like, okay. And then he left.
Well, look, I'm sorry that you have that experience with your father, because I feel like everybody needs a father, right? True fathers provide stability, discipline, and then just kind of like guidance, true fathers, right? So again, I apologize on behalf of him and all real fathers out here. What was the dynamic with your mom? How's your relationship with your mom?
My relationship with my mom is really good now.
Okay.
It used to not be, like, a few years ago. But
When you were a kid, let me ask you this. So when you were young, first off, how many siblings do you have?
I have one older sister and 3 younger brothers.
Okay. So when you were younger, how was it like in the household with your mom?
It was really good. Like, she was always there for me. She parented me. She was a mother as much as she could be.
What kind of mom was she? Was she like one of these gentle parenting moms, or was she like a disciplinary mom, or was she like a mixture of both?
She was really a mixture of both, but it was just because growing up, like, we were in shelters and stuff like that, like house hopping, and so there was only so much she could do, and there's, like, yeah.
So the shelters and the house hopping, what led to that?
So she had, like, she obviously, like, had multiple boyfriends and was very on and off with them, and then when it wasn't a good situation or a good household for me and my little brother and her, like, we had to figure out somewhere else to go, and so we would, like, talk to her mom, and we would be like, hey, like, can we stay with you for a little bit? And her mom would be like, no, like, you have to find somewhere else to go. So we would go to homeless shelters and just, yeah.
Do you think that staying in homeless shelters? How do you, I mean, not do you think, but how do you think that affected you?
I honestly really think that it didn't affect me. When I was younger, I didn't even realize that they were homeless shelters. I didn't. All I know is that my mom was there and that she got me everything that she possibly could, and
So
tried to
she was
make
very
it.
good at like kind of like masking what you guys are going through.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you lacked any kind of stability or anything like that growing up?
No.
No. What about your brothers? Would they say the same thing? And your sister?
It's very different. Because my older sister and two of my youngest brothers, those are my dad's kids and not my mom's kids.
Oh.
So one of my younger brothers, that's actually my mom's, he was very young. Like, he still is young. He's 11. So
Okay.
he, I guess, not to say, like, he didn't really have to go through, like, the whole homeless shelter stuff, but he really didn't. Because I know there was a period of time where he obviously wasn't born. So it was kind of just me and my mom during that time.
Okay. And then at what point through this did you meet Ava?
I met her when I had just moved from, I think, Puyallup to Sumner, and it was just me and my mom and my little brother, and we moved into this tiny apartment, and I started going to the new school there. Obviously, I walked there, wasn't that far, and then I think me and Ava had, like, a class together. Well, obviously, our
What
only
attracted
class.
you to like be friends with Ava?
I don't know. She was very, like, outgoing. She does her flips in elementary school, like, wants to show off her cool flips. So I was like, this girl looks cool.
Okay.
So I was like,
Well, that's
wanna be
good.
friends.
Would you say that Ava's your like part of your support system now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Big shout out to Ava. So how would your siblings describe you as a kid? If they had to describe you in like one word, what would they say?
That's hard. I think I'd say, I don't know. I guess, like, outgoing.
Outgoing. And how would you describe your childhood in one word?
Crazy.
Were you saying crazy only because of like all the bouncing around and the instability? And when you look back on it, is that why you're saying crazy?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of student were you?
What kind of student was I?
Yeah. You can be honest.
I was a pretty good student. But that was because my mom, she was like, you need to get good grades. Like, I can't accept, like, a C and below and all this stuff. So I was a pretty good kid, and I tried.
Okay. Did you ever play any sports or anything?
Yes, I did.
What sports do you play?
I played volleyball and softball and basketball and cheer.
Okay, so you had me at volleyball and softball. Basketball, I can't see that. You said in cheerleading?
Yeah.
So you can do flips?
No, I can
You're just
stunt people.
You're just the one who'd be out there like, number one.
No, like, I would be, like, a base for, like, stunting.
So like more like gymnastics.
No.
No?
No. Gymnastics is flips, is what Ava does.
Oh, okay. So, so you were just down there just holding people up while they're doing the
Yeah, and catching them when they fall down so that they don't crack
Well, you
their
didn't
heads
do all the
open.
little cheers and stuff?
Oh, no, we did. But,
Okay.
like, together as a team. Like, it wasn't just me being,
So-
like, go number one.
So what made you go from being... so what made you go from doing softball, volleyball, and basketball to transitioning to cheerleading? Was it because you weren't good at those sports, or you just didn't like them?
Well, I did... Actually, it's kind of the opposite of what you just went down the line. It was actually cheerleading, basketball, volleyball, then softball.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
didn't like cheerleading, really?
No, it was just... Not really that. It was just... it gets expensive. And I wasn't on, like, a school team. I was on, like,
Travel
a
team?
competitive... Yeah, competitive
Yeah, I know
team.
cheerleading, they be traveling all the time. I know, like, when I was in high school, man, I used to try to go to the cheerleading competitions. I was a high school boy, man. What'd you expect? Where's all the girls at? Cheerleading
Where's all the
competition. How was middle school for you?
It was rough.
What was rough about it?
My 6th grade year, in the middle of my 6th grade year, I moved from Sumner to Renton. And I was in Renton, I think, my 7th grade year. And then my 8th grade year, I did school online because of COVID. But I had moved to Seattle.
Okay.
So.
And for you guys who are watching, Renton is like just south of Seattle. So, because I know a lot of you guys out there who watch this podcast, you guys aren't from Washington. So, yeah, it's just south of ghetto-ass Seattle. So, high school.
High school?
Yeah. How would you describe high school? And if you had to describe it in 2 words, what would you say?
2 words?
2 words. Threw you off there, didn't I?
Yeah. I don't have words for high school. My high school experience, no words.
So what was so bad about high school?
Everything.
Like what? Like,
I had moved back to Tacoma. My
Okay.
parents got a divorce after 9 years of being together. Then I got horrible grades, got depression.
what led to all this stuff? Because if middle school was so good, or it was pretty good, and then all of a sudden you get to high school and then things went south, what caused things to go south? I know you said divorce, so obviously that's, it's traumatizing as a kid. Before we move forward, let's tackle that. Their divorce, how'd that affect you?
It affected me, like, emotionally a lot. Just because, like I said, they were together for 9 years, which is a long period of time.
Yeah.
And so that kind of was, like, that's all I knew. And then it kind of just, like, happened out of nowhere to me, really, not really to them, just because they were having problems beforehand. Yeah. But it kind of just happened out of nowhere. And so I obviously went and I lived with my mom when we moved, because obviously you don't want to be in a house with someone that you're divorced with.
Yeah.
So I moved in with my mom, and my stepmom, she, I don't even know where she went. Like, she just, like, disappeared. And
Wait. Your stepmom?
Yeah. My mom and my mom's gay.
Okay, that's what I was like. Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So hold on. So your mom and your dad were married.
No.
Oh, your mom and your stepmom were married.
Yes.
Okay, you left that part out. Okay,
Sorry.
so
To confuse people.
now we're gonna roll back a little bit further, because you definitely threw me off this whole time. I thought that you were saying that your mom and your dad was married. It kind of threw me off, because I'm like, hold on, I thought they were separated or they just didn't get along or whatever.
No, sorry.
Okay, so your mom had a wife. Got you.
Yes.
How old was you when your mom and your mom's wife got married?
When they got married, I think I was about 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did your mom, before that, was she always, like, after your dad, was she always kind of like, gay?
No, she still proceeded to date dudes.
So when she started dating women, how did you perceive that? Like, how did you take that?
I really, I didn't care. I think, because they had actually asked me and they were like, how do you feel about this? And I was like, I don't care. Like, just as long as it's somebody that loves my mom and loves us.
So at no point did you ever think that, like, two girls being together was wrong? You never thought that?
No.
Do you think two guys being together is wrong?
No.
No? Okay. Just curious. So I'm guessing that you kind of got attached. Was your mom, were they like, because gay relationships are kind of weird to me. Well, I'm going to say weird. They're just kind of confusing. Was your mom like the boy or the girl?
No, my mom was a girl.
Your mom was the girl? Okay. So you had like a girl dad, and then
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
A
funny.
girl dad.
They're just I don't know how to address them. So anybody who's watching this and you might be part of the LGBTQ, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything like that. I just don't understand the community. But if you feel like you want to come on and you want to explain it to me, I will gladly have you on, and you can explain it to me and to all the other people out there who might be a little confused. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there so you don't think that I'm just trying to be facetious and be funny. I'm not. It's all genuine questions. So you had a mom, and then you had a girl dad, and then you had your actual dad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did he feel about that?
He actually was thankful that I had her because she taught me a lot of things that, like, I didn't know that I need to know, and that things that that probably my dad could have taught me, but he wasn't ever there. So he actually was pretty thankful and happy that she was there because she did provide us a stable home, and she did love me and my little brother and my mom.
What caused them to divorce?
That I actually don't really know the full story on.
So what's the story you do know?
I know that some of it had to do with my mom, like, not, like, saving her money when she was supposed to. Like, my stepmom was having to pay the bills.
Issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Typical. People usually always break up either over finances or infidelity, right? So do you feel like that affected you and made you want to become, like, gay? Watching them be together?
No?
Okay. And then so they divorced. That started the downfall and the depression in high school. Was there anything else that, like, kind of played a part in that?
I think just moving again after I was already, because when I lived in Seattle, I actually really did like the school I was going to. And I was there for quite a long time. So I just, like, moving and the divorce, it just really took a toll and an effect on me.
Would you say that you're a person who depends on stability? Like, stability is really important to you for your like your mental health and for your just like your overall, like, survival. Like, you have to have stability.
Now, no.
So you're okay with change? Okay.
I mean, I kind of have to.
Yeah, it's part of life. But I know a lot of people who, like, they once things start to change, it really kind of affects them. Like, they don't really like to change. They like to keep things, like, if they got this one job, they got this one, significant other, they got the certain things, how they like things run out their house. They like to live in a certain house that they've been living in for, like, the last, like, 15 years. And, if they had to move, it would be really traumatizing to them if, they lost their support system or the people around them remove themselves from their lives. Like, it will be, like, detrimental to them. Like me, I like to say I'm like a hybrid. I love stability, but at the same time, I also like I thrive off of instability. I thrive off change. I love change. Like, people think it's crazy because I like to move. It's weird. Like, I just moved into this house, and then, like, I'm already thinking about, like, moving again.
Oh gosh.
I enjoy moving. I don't like moving the furniture in.
Yeah.
No more. I used to like that because I like setting up houses. But I think I'm gonna be here for a while though. So what kind of, like, helped you get through all that in high school?
Nothing really helped me. I was like a mess every day. I was battling with myself in my mind, like, every single day.
Okay. You know what? I think this is a good time for us to do everybody's favorite part of our episode. Have you watched any of the episodes before?
I watched Ava's episode.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only one I've had time to.
Okay. Well, you guys drop in the comments and tell her, go watch the other episodes, catch up on it, support the podcast. And if this is your first episode watching, make sure you do it too. So everybody's favorite part of the podcast is to spin the trauma wheel.
Okay.
Okay. And because you haven't watched any other episodes, I'm going to go ahead and give you a double spin.
Okay.
So you're going to have to spin it twice. Okay. So
Okay.
go ahead and spin that trauma wheel while you're doing that.
That was a long spin.
Yeah. Look, you almost landed on a double spin anyway. All right. What did it land on?
Childhood. Well, it's kind of in the middle. But
I think it's leaning a little
trauma.
childhood trauma. There you go. Choose a good one. All right. So with childhood trauma, basically, tell us about something that you went through that was traumatizing to you as a child. How did you get through? What was it? How did you get through it? And what advice would you give to somebody who's going through something similar to that?
Like, how childhood are we talking?
Wherever you want to go. When you're a child, whatever you consider to be a child, you could be when you're like pre-adolescent, adolescence.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it's kind of like
If it's trauma to you, that's all that matters.
okay. So basically, I had this boyfriend,
Okay.
and
How old were you?
16.
16? Okay.
Yes. I had this boyfriend. He was really kind and really sweet. He actually was best friends with my brother. And so I knew him from my brother, and we just got along really well, and then we started dating. And then he turned out to be not so great.
Why is that?
He drank a lot. He smoked a lot. He ran away from home. I would get calls from his grandmother being like, "Do you know where my grandson's at?" And I'm like, "I have no clue. His phone's been dead for like 2 days." But when I wasn't worried about where he was at, he was with me, and my dad let him stay the night and stuff like that, just because he trusted him and he trusted me, and I would never do something disrespectful under my parents' roof like that. Just
Did your mom and your step mom, dad, did they let him stay the night with them too?
No, this was actually during the time when I was living with my dad and his baby mama, because
Okay.
yeah.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, because me and my mom weren't talking.
Okay. But you were saying that he would stay the night at your parents' house or your dad's house because your dad trusted him.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
And he would constantly have like bottles of alcohol, and he would encourage me to drink with him, and I was not a big drinker at that time. I didn't find the need to drink. Like, it didn't give me anything. Like, I never was a drinker.
And you were 16, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And I was 16. And so he just encouraged a lot of like bad things on me that I didn't want to do. And then I would give in, because after you ask so many times, like I was just like, he will shut up if I just do it.
So like the only bad things he was trying to get you to do was like to drink and like smoke weed?
No, he actually he assaulted me.
He assaulted you? Like he beat you
Yes.
up?
No.
Okay.
Like, he sexually assaulted me.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. When you say sexually assaulted, what do you mean? Like, explain that.
So he would, like, we would be kissing and stuff like that, and just like what teenagers do, but then he would want to take it farther. I knew he had a very high body count at the age he was at. But
Go ahead.
he would be like, please, like, I just want to, and I'm like, no, like, I don't.
Like he wanted to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, no, I don't want to, and or he would like try to like touch me in like ways I didn't want him to, and we literally would like be on the couch in the living room, like just watching TV, but like nobody was out there, like everybody was asleep, but I didn't want to do that, and he would just like constantly beg me and beg me and beg me, and I just finally was like, yeah, because like I literally can't do anything. Like he's on top of me, and I know he's stronger than me, and
So when this situation is happening, where he's you guys are like, for lack of better words, making out, and he gets on top of you and he's asking you, and then you give in, right? Did you guys actually have sex, or you just let him touch you in certain places?
No, I just let him touch me.
Okay, well, let's see, because that's rape, not sexual assault.
Yeah.
So after that happened, how did you feel after that?
I just was like, I literally, I would have no words. Like I literally would just sit there, and I would just try to gather myself because I didn't know what to do. Like it is late at night. He can't just go home. I can't just kick him out.
So you had to sit there with your assailant.
Yeah.
And what did he say? Like, what did he do? Like, he just was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
He didn't care. He never like.
Did you ever at any point, talk to him about it and like let him know like how you felt about him doing that? No.
No.
Why not?
Because I like at school, because we went to the same school. At school, he was already a very well-known kid because he was bad. Always skipped class, always got bad grades, like always got in fights. And so me already being his girlfriend gave me a reputation.
Yeah.
So, like, I felt like, because also, too, he was cool with a lot of the kids there, and they all liked him, and I just felt like no matter what I said, it was going to get turned on me. And it actually did. Even though I didn't even say anything,
He went bragging about it?
He went and he was telling all his friends that me and him had sex, and I was like, we never did, but okay. And people still think that till this day. Like, I still have his friends, and they're like, oh, Josiah said that, oh.
Keep going, it's fine.
He said, you know who said that you guys had sex? And I was like, what? I was like, that's news to me because we never did. And it gave me even more of a reputation, like just people knowing that I slept with him, just gave me even more of a reputation that I did not want to have.
So at no point did you ever like denounce it, the rumors, like say like no, it didn't happen?
No, I honestly felt like there was no point, no matter how hard I tried.
Well, I mean, I get that, like people are gonna believe what he has to say, like they're gonna believe you still slept with him and stuff like that. But did you ever go and tell like your family or friends, anything like that? What happened to you? You tell your dad because it happened at his house.
My dad doesn't know. He still doesn't know till this day.
Well, he might watch this episode.
I know.
You said, "Oh."
I said, "I know."
Oh, it's a possibility. He might.
He doesn't know.
Okay.
I did eventually tell my mom, but it was like months after it happened.
So when you told your mom, how did that? What did she say about that? Did she do anything?
She was very angry, not with me, but with him, because I actually, when I went back to go live with my mom, I was still like friends with him, and we had like the same friends, and so when my friends would come over, he would come with, and when like my friend would stay the night, he would end up staying the night. Same with my brother, and just the fact that my mom like welcomed him into our home.
After she knew?
No, not
okay,
knowing.
Okay, I got you.
But she just felt like really like bad and angry because she like trusted him, and
Was it just the one time, or did it happen more than one time?
No, it happened more than one time.
Okay. And you never thought you never told like your school or anything like that?
No.
No. And your mom never reported like to the cops or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Um, if you had to talk to if somebody told you that same story, right? Like what was going through the same thing and they were talking about it, what would you tell them now? Like in hindsight, looking back, like what would you tell? Even like tell yourself, like what would you tell yourself, like in hindsight, in that situation?
I would tell myself to stick up for myself and to not let that happen because, like, regardless of what I think, like, I need to speak up and I need to say something because it could, it could happen to other girls too, like, the ones that he's with or the ones that he's going to be with, like.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like because a lot of times, and I'll just be full disclosure. We had this conversation already before off camera, and you know it's not about getting somebody in trouble necessarily, but it's about just protecting people because if he does it to you, he might not know that it. I mean, he might not know that it's wrong, right? He might think that his behavior is okay, and that behavior might escalate, because now he's never used to being told no. So then, what happens when he gets older, and he's intoxicated or whatever the case may be, and other female tells him no, and he's like full blown, you know, rapes her, in a sense, right? Or let's not say rape, let's say grape, right?
Great.
Just for YouTube purposes. But he full blown grapes her, right? And that could have been stopped by just speaking up, you know. And I'm not putting any blame on you,
No,
right?
I know.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's why it's good to always speak up and say something because sometimes you think you're protecting, you're scared or you're protecting that person. You don't want to get in trouble, but they need to know. They need to know that behavior is wrong, so it can be corrected, and also the potential people that might be affected by it in the future, they might not be as strong as you to just kind of move on and just kind of unfortunately accept what happened and just kind of keep moving forward. Somebody might go through that and be traumatized, and then they can't live with it, or it just really messes up their self-esteem. But on behalf of all men, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, especially as a child. But for any woman out there who has to go through that, that's horrible. Or any person, because men are assaulted as well. Even though you don't hear about it as much, because most times men just kind of be like, whatever, they just kind of feel like no one's gonna believe them because they're a guy or whatever the case may be. So,
Yeah.
to all the girls out there, all the people out there who anything like this might have happened to you, I encourage you to speak up. Tell your friends, your trusted friends, your parents, your significant others, whoever you may need, whoever's close to you, you can trust. Talk to them about it, so that way, one, you don't feel like you're alone. Two, this behavior can be corrected, and keep people in the future safe. Okay, so you got one more spin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If it lands on childhood trauma again, you gotta tell another story.
Oh, okay. Self-care.
Self-care. Do you know what self-care is?
I think I do.
What do you think self-care is?
Like taking care of yourself and like doing
Yeah.
what you need to do.
Yeah. So it's pretty much, what do you do to take care of yourself mentally, right? Not necessarily physically, but that's important as well. But just because of the podcast that we're on, the premise of this podcast is mental health, right? What kind of things do you do as a young woman to protect your mental health, to make sure that daily that you have a positive mindset, that you're going into each day positively? What kind of things do you do?
I don't know. I mean, it's been kind of tough right now just because I've started my new job, so I kind of just been working. But I know me and Ava, we have like this routine, like in the morning before we go to work. Like we sit and we talk to each other before we go to work, and then she drops me off, and then when we get home after work, we sit and talk about our days because we do different things and we're in different parts of the store.
So you kind of decompress.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll like eat our dinner and watch TV together until it's time for us to go to sleep.
All right. You got bedtime?
No, we don't have a bedtime. It's just, you get exhausted from work, so.
Yeah. So I keep hearing you say you live with Ava. How did that come about? You guys roommates?
I live with her.
I know. How did that come about? Like, how did you start living with Ava instead of like your mom and your mom, dad, and your biological dad?
So me, my mom, and my little brother, we lost our apartment.
I'm sorry to hear that. Go ahead.
It's okay. And I wasn't going to go live with my dad again just because living with him, I also house hopped because he was always getting into fights with his baby mama, and so that caused her to kick us out. And so I was just like, I can't do that again. I can't go house hop because it put me in a really bad place. And so I talked to Ava, obviously, because she's my best friend, and so I let her know everything that goes on. And so she knew ahead of time that I was gonna need a place to stay, and her mom and her family were kindly enough to let me come into their home and stay there with them.
Okay. How has it been living with Ava?
It's been really good.
You feel stable there?
Yeah.
But I also know that you're thinking about moving, right?
Yes,
So you told me off camera.
Yes.
Where are you moving to?
Oklahoma.
What made you choose Oklahoma out of all places?
So, I know people down there.
Okay.
So I just wanna, I don't know, I guess just take an opportunity and see how it goes, and like just get out of here for a little while and see how it goes, and then if I don't like it, then I come back. And
Okay. So you're trying to go be like a nomad for a little bit.
yeah, I guess.
Okay. You have like a time frame you're gonna give it? Like you're like, okay, if I'm there for like 2 months and I don't like it, I'm coming back, or it's just like, because like sometimes you get stuck. Take it from
Yes.
somebody who's lived a lot of places, right? I'll tell you, like I lived in North Carolina, and that is a black hole. North Carolina's cool, but if you go to North Carolina and you decide you don't like it, I feel like North Carolina pays you just enough money to live comfortable, but not enough money to be like, hey, I'm out of here,
Yeah.
right? Like every time I want to leave there, I had to just say, you know what? I got, X amount of dollars in my bank account, and I'm out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And I had to do that because I'll make plans to leave. I'm just using North Carolina as a example. Y'all don't take offense to that. But for me, that was the experience I had out there, right? But I hope that it works out for you. You got a plan while you got there? Like, a job lined up?
Yeah.
Where are you working
I
at right
do.
now?
Burlington.
Burlington Coat Factory. Is it still called the Coat Factory?
I don't think so. I think it's just
No?
Burlington.
Just Burlington? Back in the
Yeah.
day, it used to be called Burlington Coat Factory. And so I used to think it was for rich people.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why when I started making good money, I started shopping there. And I realized the whole time they got the best fucking deals.
Yeah.
I should have
They
been going there
do.
the whole time. Instead, I was trying to shop at the mall. They got the same thing. So a lot of the same
Yeah.
stuff, one day a day. But, shout out to Burlington. And for the people who work at Burlington and Puyallup, I know it's your grand opening today, so I'm going to give you a little grace. But if any of you guys are watching this episode, I'm really disappointed in the fact that I went there thinking like, oh, yeah, I see all these shorts lined up. As you guys can see on camera, I'm a big boy. I got big legs. I said, oh, well, I'm going to get some 2X shorts. And so I just knew because it's a grand opening. No one mixed matched it yet, I just grabbed the shorts. I'm looking at them like, oh, they look, they fit. Grab them. Get home, try them on, and man, listen, straight up nut huggers, right? So for all you Burlington shoppers out there, you guys need to tighten up. All right.
Check the sizes.
What made you want to go to Burlington?
Nothing really. I just needed a job until I was leaving,
Okay.
so that I'm not sitting in the house all day doing nothing.
Okay. You single now?
Am I single?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
You have a boyfriend?
No.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, take it after your mom. Okay. I got that. Shout out to
Yes.
mom. Are you going to be the girl or the boy?
No, I'm a girl.
You're the girl?
Do
So
I
you got.
look like the girl?
I mean, hey, I don't know. I don't know. I told you earlier. I don't know how it works. You could be girly. I mean, all you guys are girls, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm the girlier one. Yes. I
Okay, so
am.
you got one of those girl boys,
Yeah, she's masculine. Yes. She's
She's
masculine presenting.
masculine percent. You know what? Since I know that now that I know that you're, you're part of the LGBTQ community, maybe I can ask you a couple questions while I got the camera. Hopefully that's fine. Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right. So, explain this one to me. How old are you again?
I'm 18.
18. All right. So I've never done this before, so this is gonna be kind of cool.
Okay.
Are you familiar with "Touch Me Not"?
Yes.
So okay, before I ask my question, I gotta tell you this story, right? So,
Okay.
a person who I consider to be like my sister out in Texas. Big shout out to Tasha if you're watching. She hits me up one day. I gotta tell this story. You guys are gonna laugh.
Okay.
She hits me up one day. And she goes, "Hey, Herc, I don't know if I'm gay anymore." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, uh, she goes, "I don't know if I'm gay." I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "So I found out that I've been gay my whole life, and I found out just now that there's some gay people out there called touch me nots." I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And mind you, this is during the phase where I was self-medicated. I'm smoking a lot of weed, and so I'm like smoking, and we're like kind of like she's in Texas, I'm here, so like we're like smoking together, but virtually, obviously. And she goes, "A touch me not is a girl who is a girl who's gay who wants to please her partner, but don't want her partner to touch her." Is that you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh, that's what's up with that?
What do you mean?
Like,
What's up with that?
like what's up with that? Like what's up with a touch me not? Why would you want to be that? Explain that.
I think it really all just obviously depends on the person and like what they are comfortable with. I don't think it's necessarily like they maybe they're insecure about their body and they don't want.
So they please their partner and then they go home then they go please themselves, but their partner don't please them. It's like a win-win for the partner, right?
No, I don't think it's necessarily they go home and they please themselves. I think it's just like they. I don't. It's like people that don't like physical touch.
Okay, so
But
are you
not
talking about
really.
like love languages?
Yeah, but like
Okay, so let me just say this about love languages while we're on top of that. Love languages are BS. No, seriously. What are the love languages?
physical touch, gift giving, words of affirmation, and what is the other one? I don't remember.
So let's just go off those three: love, physical touch, gift giving, words of affirmation, quality time.
Oh yes.
I don't know them all, but let's just go off those four, right?
Okay.
What's your love language?
I don't say I have one.
Good. All right, look, as I told you guys earlier, Ava's in the background. Ava, what's your love language?
My love language is probably physical touch.
All right, if y'all didn't hear her, she said her love language is physical touch. Here's my problem, right? Let's just say hypothetically your love language is physical touch. So you mean to tell me you don't like getting gifts? You mean to tell me you don't like somebody telling you like, oh, like, hey, Celeste, you're doing great. Hey, Celeste, you're looking good today.
I don't think it's like that though. I think it's like, of course, I think it's people like getting gifts. People like hearing nice things about
Exactly.
themselves. But I think it's what they prefer most. Like, okay, say I do have a love language and it's quality time. Yes, I love hearing nice things about myself. I love getting gifts. I like physical touch. But quality time is what like I like the most because I feel the most love when I am with my family or when I'm with my friends, hanging out with them, doing things with them. I enjoy that the most rather than having.
But we're not talking about your friends and family. We're
No,
talking
I
about the
know.
person you're intimate with, because here's the thing, right? If your girlfriend was here, right, and she presented you with a bracelet, right, you're gonna tell me that because your love language is quality time, that you're gonna be like, oh, that's cool.
No, because then that'd make her feel bad. like, I'm
No,
not
not
gonna.
not about her feelings. We're talking about how you're gonna receive the gift.
Oh,
So okay,
I'll be like, thank you so much. It's beautiful. I love
the next
it.
person who tells me that their love language is something besides gift giving, when Christmas comes around, their birthday comes around, I'm gonna show up with no gift.
I don't like Christmas. I don't like Christmas.
Why?
I don't.
You don't like Jesus?
No, I love Jesus. I love
Well,
God.
Christmas is
I'm
about
wearing
Jesus,
a
not gift giving.
cross. I know, but you were just talking about gift giving, okay? That's what we're talking about, not Jesus and God.
See how I flipped it on you. But Christmas is the premise of Christmas is supposed to be Jesus, even though he wasn't born on December 25th. But we're not gonna get to that.
But oh yeah, okay, yeah. But
I'm just saying. What about your birthday? We're talking about your
I
birthday.
don't like my birthday. At all.
Why?
I
What's your
hate
birthday?
my birthday.
What's your birthday?
August 2nd.
I mean, that's kind of like a generic day. So
No, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of, like, I don't like the idea of the attention being on me. I don't like, I feel bad when people get me gifts.
So wait. So your love language is quality time, and you don't like the attention being on you. How does that work?
Because it's attention being on you. Quality time is you spending time with that person that you love.
Yeah, they're showing you attention.
No, they're spending time with you.
So
It's
y'all,
like
so you and your
saying
girlfriend,
like going out to eat somewhere, like
So you
that's
and your-
quality
so you and your
time.
girlfriend
Going
have-
to go golfing or bowling, like
so you
that's
and your
quality
girlfriend are
time.
that couple that go to the movie theater and put the armrest down between each other.
What?
You know, at the movie theater, you can lift the armrest up and you can kind of cuddle a little bit at the movie theater.
Oh,
Y'all put the
yeah.
armrest down.
no.
Okay.
But I'm not like all over her in a movie theater.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I don't feel the need to, like, I don't care about physical touch. Physical touch.
Do you
It depends.
Do you think that you don't appreciate physical touch because of the trauma that happened to you when you're 16?
I don't know. I've never really thought of it that way. I just know that like, certain people I don't like hugs from. Like it's I don't even think. I think it's just certain people like.
Like guys.
No, I wouldn't really say guys. Like my mom. Like I didn't like hugging my mom at all. I didn't.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't. Like my mom, I didn't like hugging her. I just didn't like hugs. And then, but Ava's a big hugger. So I finally.
Oh, is she now?
Yeah.
She
So
came into my house today and didn't give me a hug.
Oh. Well,
So,
she's
Minutes later.
she's a big hugger. So
I
like
know she is.
when
man.
I see her, like hugs, when I leave, hugs, like it's always hugs. So I just learned to accept it, and then I just like I don't like it doesn't bother me anymore. Like when
So a
people
hug does
me.
nothing for you. You're just doing it because the other person gets something out of it.
No, like I like hugging people now, but I didn't before.
Okay. And we have to backtrack a little bit back to the childhood trauma that happened to you. Somebody who's going through that situation where you were assaulted, unfortunately, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who went through that?
Like you said, like tell a trusted adult, friends, like don't don't keep it in you just to save that other person, no matter how long you've known the person, how much you love the person. Like it's good to tell somebody, and maybe even go further than just telling a trusted adult or trusted friends or trusted family. Like maybe telling cops, maybe having like further things done.
Okay.
And just making sure that you are like doing it for yourself. And
During at any point in your life so far, have you had suicidal thoughts?
yes.
Oh wow. What got you? No. I never knew that. I'm sorry.
I don't know, a lot of people do.
So what kind of got you to that point where you thought you were suicidal?
Things just weren't going good for me in school and life, and I just didn't, like, I felt so sad and so, like, deep in a hole that I felt like I couldn't get myself back out of it, and I thought I was going to be stuck in it forever.
What helped you get out of it?
Well, my mom was, I went back to live with my mom, and I stopped doing things that I shouldn't have been doing in the first place.
Like what? What's one thing you shouldn't have been doing?
I was drinking a lot. I started drinking a lot. I was getting drunk every day, like blackout.
Was this post your childhood trauma or before?
No, this is post. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So would you say that a lot of your trauma stimulated from the traumatic situation that you spoke about earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. You ever been to therapy?
No.
No? You ever thought about therapy?
No.
No? I'm not here to push therapy on you. But I was gonna ask you, did you ever self medicate? But you obviously self medicated with alcohol. You smoke weed at all?
I try not to.
Okay. What kind of advice would you give to somebody who might be watching this episode and might be have went through things that you went through, or just maybe going through a lot, and they're like you're around your age and they're considering, suicide or considering ending it all because of things that are going on? What kind of advice would you give them?
That the hole that you think that you're in and you think that you're going to be in forever, you're not. And I know a lot of people say that things will get better, but things do eventually get better, whether or not it's for like a short period of time or a long period of time. You just have to like appreciate what you have in that moment and just remember that like when you are in a good place that you're not in that hole that you were in, whether or not it was a few days ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago.
Okay. You got any questions for me? Got a question you want to ask me?
Have you ever had any suicidal thoughts?
I have. First, before I answer the question, you're the first person that I allowed to ask me a question.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Because I'm trying something different, man. Life is all about evolving. I can't keep my podcast this one way. I have to be evolved. Plus, people who watch, they want to know about me too.
Yeah.
But I like to bring you guys on here and let you share your story. But, if you want to ask me a question, I'll let you ask me a question. So, re-ask your question.
Have you ever had any suicidal thoughts?
I have. I like to believe that all humans have it. They have a point where they dip, where their lives dip, and they have a low self-esteem, like a low moment, and they get to where they believe that they're not worth it. And I have been there multiple times. I was actually a beta male at one point to where, do you know what a beta male is? Well, yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
So you have alpha males and beta males, but at one point I became like a beta male, meaning like because of the female that I was with at the time, I felt like I couldn't live without her. So I was like, if you're not going to be with me, then I'm going to kill myself, And I really believe in that moment that I might have tried something. Never did. But that's not the ultimate reason why I ever got that point. I feel like that was false. Like that was like kind of like a facade. I was just kind of like upset.
Yeah.
But where I really got low, and I really, really got low, I believe it was 2023. And I had a loss. A child of mine a stepchild of mine committed suicide. And I never faced it, right? And it just kind of like everything, I was self-medicating, smoking a lot of weed, drinking, partying, going out, just doing like wild stuff. That's when I met Ava, when I was just like kind of like just out there wild. If you'd met me back then, you'd probably be like, dang, Herc, you're crazy. Everybody back then used to think I was crazy. They walked, we ain't got to go into all that, but, they thought I was like just crazy, right? And basically, I got so low that one day I called Malia. Well, I called a whole bunch of people, and, no one answered their phone. I just felt like no one cared about me, right? And I called so many people. I called my mom, and these people I'm about to name, like, there's no shade on them. It was in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Life happens, right? And I called my mom. I called, like my brothers, my sisters. I called friends. I called Malia. She answered, but she was at work, and she was like, "Hey, Uncle Sean, I can't really talk. What's going on?" She heard me crying, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Like she wanted to talk to me so bad, but she couldn't be on the phone. So she talked to me for like 2 minutes, and then she ended up hanging up on me like Ava did today. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I I sat there. I was in the laundry room at my brother's house, and I was just like sitting there. I remember I was holding my gun, and I was just like, man, like please somebody call me, please somebody call me. Somebody answer the phone, and I kept calling, and no one's answering. I called the one person that I knew would not answer. I think God did that, right? I called my ex-wife, my children's mother. Hadn't talked to her in years. I'm talking about years. She answered. Answered. I'm talking about she ain't answered my calls in years. Answered. And there's a whole situation with my children. We're not going to go into that today, but you guys tune in January when I tell my life story. But long story short, she talked to me, and we kind of talked about like my kids and just talked about different things, and she kind of like reeled me back in a little bit. We hung up, and I was like a fish out of water. I jumped right back into depression mode. And I remember I was sitting in my car at this time. I don't know how I made it. I know how, because I'm going to say this on camera. No one knows this. No one outside of my immediate circle knows this. There was a point in time where me, Herc, smoked cigarettes.
Ew.
Yep. And I went outside and, look. I bring you guys on here to be vulnerable. I'm going to be vulnerable, man.
Yes.
All right? I smoked cigarettes. Tough. Right? And, and I went outside to my car. I was sitting in my car, and I'm chain smoking, right? And I said to myself, I just can't be here no more. And I took my gun, and it was a brand new gun. I swear, I'm going to try to tell you this without getting emotional, all right? I took my gun, and brand new, never been shot before. I put one in the chamber, sat in my car, and I said, I don't want to be here no more. Everybody thinks shitty of me. Everybody's fake, all this stuff, right? I took the gun, and I put it to my head. And I pulled the trigger.
It didn't shoot.
Huh?
It didn't go.
It jammed. Didn't go. Swear to God. And at that moment, I realized. And my mom's going to watch this, and she doesn't even know this. At that moment, my mom called me back. And my best friend, Alicia, big shout out to you, Alicia Greenhouse. She came outside. Everybody, it's like I had to get that low, right? And they took me. I volunteered, took myself to a psychiatric hospital, admitted myself. I told them I don't want no fucking drugs. I just need somebody to talk to. Like, I'm okay. I just need somebody to talk to. And man, dang, you're lucky, man. I never told nobody this before. And I at that moment I realized, like, I have a purpose here. And I realized something else, that everybody who's around you might not always be for you, right? But everybody who's around you, just because they don't seem like they're for you, that might be something that you're projecting onto them, right? So, because I feel like this, like, you have to be for yourself first, right? If you don't believe in yourself, you don't love yourself, how can you expect somebody else to love you, right? So, yeah, I've been suicidal before. I can't hold, and that's why I can relate to you guys' stories. I've never told that story on camera. Dang, that was weird. Shout out to Apple. But, I've never told that story before. And so all you guys, watching this, man, you guys got a sneak peek into the episode that I'm going to shoot in January on the anniversary of my podcast, where I'm going to have a special guest come in sit in my seat. I'm going to sit in your seat, and we're going to tell my story
Wow.
from when I was born to now. When I was not Big Herc, I wasn't even Little Herc. I was Little Kashawn, and grew up to be Big Hefe Herc. All right, guys, look, what do you think about the podcast?
I loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah.
Would you come back and be on?
Yeah.
All right. You got any advice you'd like to give me about the podcast?
No, I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay. All right. Well, look, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram at @minority_VDP. Follow us on TikTok at Minority Emotions, the podcast. And if you like I said at the beginning of the episode, if you'd like to come on and share your story, shoot us an email to minorityemotiousthepodcast@gmail.com. And as always, have a support system. Always have somebody to talk to. And we're out of here. Peace.